Back when Apple dropped the iPhone iX, it did not just tweak the screen, it wiped out the home button and reshaped how every phone on the planet looked. And now, Apple is gearing up to do the exact same thing all over again. The original iPhone broke cover way back in June 2007, and for the big 20th anniversary model expected around September 2027, Apple is pairing it alongside a second-generation foldable. Whether they end up calling it the iPhone 20 or bump it up to the iPhone XS, the actual name is probably the least interesting part of this entire leak, because the real story starts the exact second you pick the phone up. For years now, we have all been holding onto these rigid flat metal edges that dig into your palm, but Apple is finally throwing that design language straight into the recycling bin. They are building a fully continuous, quad-curved glass body that wraps around every single edge. And no, this is not like those old Android waterfall screens that accidentally touched your palm and distorted your videos. These subtle curves wrap around all four sides seamlessly, giving you a smooth, borderless block of glass that feels like a polished river stone. And the front of the device gets even wilder. Apple is actively trying to melt Face ID right beneath the screen using advanced micro-transparent glass technology. Now display engineers are warning this tech is notoriously tricky to manufacture on time, so we might still see a small punch hole cutout for the selfie camera stick around for one more year. But even if that cutout lingers, the display panel itself is getting a massive structural upgrade. They are switching over to color filter-on encapsulation tech, which strips away extra internal layers to crank up screen brightness, while simultaneously sipping way less battery power. That extra power efficiency is going to be crucial, because the hardware stuffed under the glass is absolute overkill. Apple is sticking with the familiar 6.3-inch and 6.9-inch display sizes for the Pro and Pro Max tier. But thanks to bezels that are almost completely invisible, holding the larger model is going to feel like you are carrying a massive 7-inch screen in your pocket. Powering the entire experience is Apple's upcoming 1.4nm A21 silicon. But the real secret weapon here is the memory configuration. For the very first time in iPhone history, Apple is planning to link the main processor directly with high-bandwidth memory. If you are not a hardware nerd, that basically means on-device Apple Intelligence can run heavy machine learning models instantly, without needing to send your private data back and forth to a cloud server. Raw power is only half the picture though, because the camera hardware is undergoing its biggest overhaul in nearly a decade. Reports indicate Apple is ditching Sony as their exclusive sensor supplier, so they can build their own custom-stacked image sensors packed with low-fick pixel technology. Early internal testing suggests this setup can achieve an insane 20 stops of dynamic range, which means your photos will preserve razor-sharp details in blinding sunlight and deep night shadows without blowing out the highlights or turning into a grainy mess. On top of that, top-tier models will finally feature Apple's custom in-house cellular modem, driving up data speeds while squeezing out even more battery efficiency. But the physical frame is where things get super futuristic, because physical buttons might be gone for good. Under an internal project codenamed Project Bongo, traditional volume keys and power buttons are being replaced with solid-state haptic pads molded directly into the glass frame. Now, you might wonder how that works if your hands are wet or if you wear winter gloves. But these pressure-sensitive zones are engineered to click reliably right through thick gloves, rainy hands, or heavy protective cases. Apple is even building a dedicated, ultra-low-power microchip into the system, which keeps those haptic buttons buzzing and clicking even when your main phone battery is completely dead. Speaking of power, Apple is finally ready to dump standard graphite battery packs in favor of pure silicon anode chemistry. That single upgrade could push total battery capacity close to a massive 6,000 mAh, while finally unlocking reverse wireless charging so you can power up your AirPods on the back of your phone. They are even testing under display audio components, hiding the speaker cutouts completely so the exterior looks like one continuous piece of glass. But let us be completely honest for a moment. Walking around with an all-glass slab comes with a massive catch. Dropping this thing without a case is going to wreck your bank account on repair bills. On top of that, bending glass on all four edges at Apple's massive factory scale is a total manufacturing nightmare, meaning early 2027 units might show tiny light distortions along the curved edges until Apple refines the process for 2028. So, it really comes down to a simple trade-off. Would you still drop your money on the iPhone 20 on day one, even if that futuristic first-gen glass comes with a couple of early manufacturing compromises? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.